Flow Infused wood is probably one of the most precious resources in Palia, as you'll need it to craft many different endgame items. From the best farm locations for Flow Infused Trees to making your farm runs as efficient as possible. This guide contains everything you need to know to get your hands on all the Flow Infused wood you will ever need. So without further ado, let's get right to it. I quickly want to say a huge thanks to everyone who recently joined the channel because of my Palia content, and of course for also sharing all the amazing feedback in the comment section down below. You have no idea how much you help out the channel by simply leaving a like and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Cheers! Before you can chop down magical trees, you first need to level up your foraging. If we open up our inventory, in the bottom left of the screen you can see your skill level. We also have to interact with the NPC Ashura to unlock the blueprints for it. So if we talk with this guy, we can open up the foraging guild store, and this is where you can find recipes for different axes. The standard axe, the fine axe, but also the exquisite axe, for which you're going to need 5 flow infused planks. You can even purchase these with foraging currency, which you unlock at level 10 or higher, but the fine axe recipe is going to be sufficient to start chopping down these trees. You also want to unlock the recipe for the flow infused planks, so you can process them at your base. I'm currently in Kalima village, and this is already the first location where you can find flow infused trees. This is a small one which you can chop down pretty easily solo. They also give you a number of these flow infused logs. This medium-sized oak tree does take a little bit of time to chop down solo, but as you can see, it is doable. Voila! You're gonna need a sawmill to process flow infused planks. I currently have an advanced sawmill, which also increases the speed of which you process them. Before you go on your magical tree hunt, be sure to repair your tools and also take enough food with you so you can boost your focus to gain more experience when you chop down the trees. Now you're probably wondering what is the best place to find plenty of flow infused trees where you can make your farming runs as efficient as possible. Unfortunately, most of the parts of the world are not worth your time. I'm currently in Kalima village, the first zone of the world, which is pretty overpopulated as it's a slightly smaller one in comparison with the second world. Instead, you want to travel to the second zone, Bahari Bay, as this is the place with the highest density of enchanted trees. As you can see, especially in the northern part of the map, you will find most possible spawns. And look at that, we already spotted our very first flow infused tree. This is one of those bigger trees, which you can unfortunately not chop down solo. So what you're going to do is open up the map and share your exact locations in server chat. We are currently west of the Bahari Central Stables and Ancient Aqueduct. So you want to include all these tags, make your description easy to understand for people so they can find the location a lot faster. And voila, there we go. The first flow infused tree is down. We got our hands on 5 flow infused wood. Most of you guys are probably already familiar with how the process works, but let me quickly share probably the most efficient farm spot for flow infused trees. To make your farming routes as efficient as possible, maximize your yield per hour. So we're currently standing on a spot right in between the Thorny Thicket and the Proudhorn Pass. This is also my hands down favorite location to camp Magical Zernuk. And this is what it looks like on the interactive map, right in between a whole lot of flow infused tree spawn locations. The best spot to stand on if you quickly want to locate different spawns. Not only does this viewpoint cover the majority of the northern part of the map, but long story short, this is where you want to just walk around and check out all the different wind directions for possible tree respawns. If you don't see any tree popping up in the distance, what you want to do is simply press escape and exit the game. After relogging and getting back into the world of Palia, it's very likely that you will be placed in a new instance or a different server layer, which simply put spawns you at the exact same location where you logged out, but this time with other people and other resource spawns. So this time it's very possible that flow infused trees will be around you. If that is not the case, well, you simply want to rinse and repeat, exit the game and reload it. It can take a couple relogs before you start seeing trees, but I totally recommend you to do this method over farming one single server, as it can literally take forever before you spot one. If nothing pops up, you can also look downstairs, because this time we got lucky and found a hard root. They can also spawn at this very ledge. So we're just gonna pick that one up, and another location would be right here. So definitely keep your eyes and ears open at all times, because you can find plenty of treasure on this rock. I just relocked and see a magical deer in the distance, which literally just disappeared right in front of me. Oh, and there it is once again. But I'm just gonna ignore it, because right here we've got another hard root. All right, so we just relocked and we got our hands on a iron node right here. But right in front of us, we also have a Flow Infused Tree on this very plateau. So now we're gonna take out our Exquisite Axe. And because this is a smaller magical tree, we can chop it down solo with our Exquisite Axe. We've got another tree in the distance right there, so we're just gonna fly towards it and keep your eyes open for other spawns as well, because you never know, more of them will pop up. So we've got one right here and we've got another one right there. Always prioritize chopping down the smaller ones first, as everybody can basically solo them, and it really sucks if you see them going down behind you. I found another Flow Infused tree right here from the Bahari Central Quick Travel Road, basically to the northwest. It also really helps that the Mala is currently standing right next to it. Using this description made it pretty easy for these guys to find the tree. So there we go. Anyways, let's relock one more time on this perfect camp spot for Flow Infused trees. So I'm gonna take out the axe. I think already see one right there. So that is our first tree. We're gonna just keep scanning our surroundings, and wow, we've got another one right here. We've got another one right there. So now you can basically see how efficient it is to relock at this very spot, because this one just covers so much ground. Another one right there. But wow, look at this place. We've got a magical deer standing on the road. We've got first Flow Infused tree, the second one right here. We've got another one in the distance right there, another one right there, and two more down this ravine. So that is an insane amount of trees, which we definitely want to call in to chop down together. It's the hands down best farming spot for flow trees, while if you get lucky a little bit, get placed in a not so crowded server, well, the flow trees probably have already spawned and you can just farm one after the next, like we just did with Raiden and Sneaky Badger. After a couple minutes, we have 60 logs, so let's open up the map and return to base. Inside the sawmill, I already have a nice amount of logs, but let's place all the rest in there as well. So look at that, we just made 28 planks and craft ourselves an exquisite rod. Wow, look at that. I always wanted to get my hands on this bad boy. Alright, so there you have it. All the information you need to make your Flow Infused wood farms as fast and efficient as possible. If you find the video helpful, be sure to leave a like, as it helps out the channel. And yeah, if you have more questions about the game or video suggestions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments down below. I've got plenty more guides to Palia in the description. Right now though, it is 4 AM out. I want to wish you an amazing day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.